and that's what happened today.
Yeah, you spoke a lot in this run of defeats about the fact that you were getting the chances, but the players weren't taking them. You've got to be pleased with the way they took them tonight. 5 different scorers, including your 2 centre-halves.
Yeah, I saw a lot of similarities, by the way, today compared to our other games, because the first chance they got was immediately a goal, and maybe the only chance they got today, but that maybe was because we went 3-1 up, and it's easier to control a game of football if you're 3-1 up than if you are 1-0 down or 2-1 down. So again, hardly conceded anything, but the main difference between this game and the 4 before was that maybe not all of them, but most of them, the other team scored a set piece, and now we were able to score 2 set pieces, and then people focused a little bit more on the attacks we had in the second half than on the misplaced passes, which we probably had today as well. But if you're 3-1 up, you are judged differently than when you are 1-0 down or 2-1 down.
Ekitike was always going to score against his former club tonight. Of all your new signings this summer, why do you think he's found his feet the quickest?
I wouldn't say quickest, but he found his way. What were your words? Feet on the ground.
Yeah.
No, I don't know exactly the English saying, but he's done well for us every time he plays. But again, the focus is then mainly on goals and assists. Which he's done well for us, but there are also other parts of our game which are needed to win a game of football, and I saw players working really hard for them to create, I think, 1 or 2 counter-attacks where one of them was scored, and that's also a main part of our game, and that's what they all did really well, including Hugo today.
It's the longest we've seen Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak on the pitch together. Did it work?
Hugo got a big chance and he scored them. Alex got a few. Unfortunately didn't score yet. But he had to go off at half time because he felt his groin a little bit. So that's a pity. But yeah, I've said it many times, it's such a difficult balance to find with a player that missed out 3 months. You bring him slow, you bring him slowly. People also maybe sometimes argue if you cannot play him more often or longer. And now we've played him for the second time in 3 days, and unfortunately he had to go off, so let's hope for the best. But it's not an easy balance to find if a player has been out for so long.
Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
The goal stood.
Of course, if you've been watching Champions League, if you follow our socials, you will know our friend Miles, who keeps making special appearances on the show, tried to open the pack of crisps for us, a pack of chips if you're back at home. When you were feeling a little glum because Liverpool had gone 1-0 down, we'd just like to show you this clip. Take a look, just keep watching the background of this clip and see what you spot. There he is, Miles. Everton fan, we should say.
He's a case, isn't he?
But still.
Me and Miles have got a date in a few weeks. Yeah.
And his dad, right?
And his dad, yes.
Yep.
And that is to do with the Merseyside derby. There was a little wager on it. So he's coming down to watch Everton in the new stadium. And I'm around that weekend, so he's going to take me for a meal and a little drink, which he owes me for losing out on the derby.
I know. What's up, Mike? What are you doing?
My ear just stopped working.
And are you giving him some kind of VIP treatment, are you?
Yes, we're going to go for a little meal.
Where are you taking him to?
Yeah, but he's paying for that part.
Is it San Carlo?
Listen, he's supposed to pay, but I'm going to end up paying, aren't I? But no, he's going to go to the Everton. Who were Everton playing that day? Was it Fulham? I think it might be Fulham, in a couple of weeks, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have a couple of hours, yeah.
Let's take a look at Liverpool's goals then anyway, because you banged 5 of them in.
So
let's see how you responded.
Listen, I absolutely love this goal and I love this fella. As soon as I see him in the Community Shield, he got a goal in that game and he's been Liverpool's best player this season and he hasn't played all of the minutes. And right now, I think on the back of this, he is Liverpool's first choice number 9, find his way into the team. He started both of them tonight. Isak came off at half-time, I'm not quite sure why, but he's Liverpool's number 1 striker right now. And Virgil van Dijk, the manager's been complaining about Liverpool's record on set pieces at both ends of the pitch this season, and Virgil van Dijk, we've seen that so often. Not so often from his mate alongside him, who's had a very difficult start to the season, but look back to his best at the weekend, and he's got a goal here as well. So hopefully that'll give him a huge amount of confidence from these coming weeks. And then Gakpo scored. But the big thing really was Florian Wirtz getting his first assist. There'll be more assists to come, and there'll be better assists than that. But that'll just do him the world of good. And I should just mention Gakpo, because he probably doesn't get the praise other players get. He's not a superstar, but he consistently scores goals for Liverpool, and he has done since he come to the club. So that's a great moment for Virch, just to get that monkey off his back in terms of the assist. And then he got another one. Now, as I said, he will get better assists and maybe more difficult ones than this, but it still goes on the record. And Szoboszlai has another great shot. But yeah, it's nice for Virch. He's been back to Germany. What he was brought in to do was to create goals and score goals. And the only disappointment was that he never scored tonight. And he should have scored if Mo Salah would have passed to him at the end of the game, which he should have done. I think Mo Salah came on sub and he was desperate to get a goal himself. He should have just laid it on to him and it would have been the absolute perfect night.
All right, so 3 points to Liverpool. Big win for you guys. Congrats. The crisis is over, Jamie said.
But the 72, you'd have to put that away, won't you, until you lose 4 games again in a row.
Congratulations after Liverpool's recent run. How much did you not just need a win tonight, but a statement win as well?
Oh, listen, I don't know if it's a statement, but obviously it's a win. It's something to build on, and on to the next.
Sense of relief, though, amongst you all?
Listen, we in the football, or at least I'm in the football business for quite a while, so I don't think there's relief, but obviously we were all disappointed with losing games, and obviously it was a positive that it didn't happen, at least in my time. I think losing 4 in a row, so obviously that's something you have to then deal with as a group. Stick together, block the outside noise, and keep working. And today we won. That's it. We got 3 points on the board, and now we recover and have to be ready for Brentford.
Don't often see the 2 centre-halves scoring in the same match. Talk us through both of those goals, because they were almost a carbon copy of each other.
I think I had my goal obviously was in front of the goalie. I think it was a powerful header. I think the last time we did it, I think was in Milan. I think so. Good that we could be important in scoring goals and securing the win, of course.
If there's one small negative from tonight, another goal conceded. How frustrating is that not to keep a clean sheet?
Yeah, listen, we try to keep clean sheets, and you keep working so hard. And in football, obviously, you can concede goals. Unfortunately, today it happened. But it's about how you react. And in the end, it's about winning games, improving, and every day try to be better than the day before. And it sounds maybe cliche, but that's the only thing what we have in our mind, and we should have in our minds. And don't, like I said, don't get dragged into all the negative things that's going around at the moment. We want to perform, we want to improve, and that's the aim we have.
How difficult is it to block the noise out, though, when it's all going on?
Well, for me, it's quite easy. But I'm obviously quite longer in the business than others. But obviously, that's definitely a message that we have. You know, the only way that you can play your game in the best way possible is to focus on the task ahead, and that's perform as a team. Because that's the only way you can win games. Obviously, we have the individual quality. Otherwise, you won't play for Liverpool. We have to do it together in order to be successful, and keep going, and don't get dragged into all that stuff.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, Doug's talking about the game or
It's not
anything like
pundits,
that.
it's all like internet nonsense.
Was it easy for you two to block out the noise?
Yeah, it was for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, the same. I didn't listen to any of it. I mean, I know it's ironic because we're sitting here covering the game, but I think when you have issues as a team and it's gone difficult, you need to block out all the outside noise, and there is a lot of noise. In the dressing room, you know what's happened, the manager knows, the players know, and you fix it. When you listen to everybody else's opinion, you know, there's too many opinions and it can make a mess.
And before the game, we haven't been overly critical about Liverpool at all, have we? I think you've been quite measured in how you should respond to it. And when you play 600-700 games like we have, you're always going to go through peaks and troughs. When you win trophies, people go overboard, and when you lose a couple of games or lose a semi-final, people go overboard. So it's just about keeping the medium, and you always know that a couple of days later you've got another game to try and prove people wrong, and that's what Liverpool have done tonight, and so they should do.
They did need a response though, and that must be satisfying for them to get it, and also to get 5 different goal scorers too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it started from actually just defending properly. You know, a couple of the goals came actually defending a little bit deeper and then in transition. You know, I think if they defend well, they will be absolutely fine. You know, they have so many wonderful attacking players. So I think even Virgil will know that. He'll probably say, get people a little bit closer to me. Let's defend properly and let the boys at the top of the pitch win games.
Maka, let's rejoin the game when they're already 1-0 down and they needed somebody to give them a little bit of a spark, and it was Ekitike.
Yeah, and we mentioned him before the game because he's been a real bright spark in Liverpool's attack since he joined the club. And his goal was really nice. The first touch was excellent. This one over across Robin Koch. He has to pull himself up. And then his awareness to slow himself down, have a look at the goalkeeper, doesn't rush at all. Everything is cool and calm in his mind. He knows exactly what he's going to do. Look at the goalkeeper, slows down, gets Liverpool back in the game. And he has to play now, doesn't he? I mean, I don't know whether Alexander Isak has got an injury. That'll come out in the next couple of hours. But he's a starter all the time. He's really
right now he's their best player.
Yeah, he's their best forward, isn't he?
With the two of them starting tonight, if it was still not so much a dresser house, if it was a competition or an audition, then Ekitike is very much one hands down.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think not only that, I think there were that times today he played almost as a 10 and he dropped and he received the ball. He can turn. He's a beautiful football player. I think obviously size, technically, and it looks like he can kind of embrace the pressure of what it's like to play for a massive football club like Liverpool. So he has to be a guaranteed starter at the moment.
So what now for Isak? It's very, very early days still, and there are so many games. Will it do anything to his confidence of coming off at half-time and this tonight?
It will if it's just a sheer choice. You're not playing well enough and get off, but I'd be very surprised if it's not an injury or some sort of precaution, because to bring somebody off after 45 minutes when you're 3-1 up, when he wants to play more minutes to get his fitness levels to such an extent, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't something else. And if it is something else, then Arne Slot has got an easy decision to make now against Brentford, because you really play Gakpo, Ekitike and Mo Salah, because Isak's struggling and Chiesa probably needs more minutes. So it may spare him a chance of dropping one of the four forwards. But again, we'll wait and see when we finally get to know what's wrong with Alexander Isak.
Okay, well, we're going to get some reaction with the other striker. Ekitike is now speaking with Jules Breach. Let's go over to Hugo and her now.
Hugo, you lit this stadium up so many times as a Frankfurt player. What was it like to score here as a Liverpool player so soon after you left?
You know, I had to. It was a great feeling. Obviously, it was something special today for me to come back. I would say at home. You know, I know everybody's here, so it was a special game for me. And obviously, win, that was important, and score my first goal also in Champions League. I'm really happy.
When you're one-on-one like that with only the keeper to beat, talk us through what you're thinking.
I just keep it cool, calm, you know. I do what I can do. I knew he will come and he will open the legs, so I tried just to put between the legs, and that worked. So yeah, that was good.
You didn't celebrate. How much do you owe it to this club for the player that you are today?
I have so much respect for them. They made the player I am right now. I wouldn't be here if I didn't came to Frankfurt, so I just can be respectful and grateful for what they gave to me, and I will keep what I learned there and the value they gave me with me all the time in the future.
It was your first time starting a game with Alexander Isak. How did you find it?
I think that was good. Obviously, it was not the best half time together, but I think we can improve together. You know, it's a very good player. And I know in time we need to work together and find a good association, and I think the links will come and then it will work.
Of all of Liverpool's new signings that came in this summer, you seem to have settled in so quickly. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because obviously in my brain I feel good at first. I have very good teammates, good staff. I love my life there.